Here we are. So as you can see, the driver's side left backup bulb is out. The right one is working. I just replaced both of them with new bulbs. The next thing I'm going to do is swap the two of them to make sure that it's not a bad new bulb, which I have had happen. I'll be right back. So I'm back. So I've swapped the bulbs and I got the same left backup not working. Yours could be the opposite. But this pretty much tells me it's not the bulb. It's going to really be somewhere in the wiring, because the fuse is the same for both bulbs. They both share the same fuse. So it's definitely something in the wiring on the left side only. So I'll show you in the next steps how to investigate it. It may not be your exact problem or resolution, but it gives you something, a starting point to look at. And remember, it's not the only way to fix it. It's just how I'm going to fix it, how I'm going to show you. The backup bulb, if you do get that warning light, you can try checking the bulb. In my case, I'm pretty sure it's not the bulb, but you release this excess cover here, and let me see if I get a picture of it here, and you just turn the bulb toward the top, come out, and you replace the bulb here. Now you can put it back in, and it'll snap back in. The bulb is a 921 is the number. Check this side. This one looks fine, so I'm pretty sure it is not the bulb in my case, and I'll show you what it is. On the inside of this trunk lid, I'm not going to show you every step needed to remove this liner. Basically, you pop this off by pulling on it. Maybe. It's really not that hard. Like that. This rubber plugs, and there's clips all the way around. I caution you, don't remove this if you don't have to, because it breaks clips, and they're a pain in the butt to repair. And it can be pretty time consuming. And for those of you outside the US, you will have this rope triangle. You clip there and there to remove it. Those of us in the US, like me, I added this. If you want to add it, you can try to source the parts here. I ended up getting them in Europe. One of my buddies went over there and I had him pick them up while he was over there. For the bracket, it is a part number 3 Charlie 8 860285, and the triangle is a 3C5 860251. So I'll come back, I'll have this apart, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so here we are inside the trunk. If you ever had problems with your cargo light in your trunk working intermittently, like working when the trunk is halfway open but not all the way open, this is part of your issue too. So on this side, this is the passenger side. Trunk is apart. I showed you earlier how to get that off. But on this side, you don't have to gut the trunk this much. I did it just for ease of recording. Up here, that hook can be kind of a pain in the butt. Just remember the centerpiece clips out first, and then just unscrew the whole thing out to get the hook off. But on this side, you have a little push pin here. You're gonna have one down there, a couple back in there, and that's about it. This piece right here separates. Sorry, this piece here just separates by pulling it apart. But if you pull this out of the way, just bear with me 1 second. So this is the problem area. Again, this is on the rear driver's side. You can ignore the yellow wire. That was one that I ran earlier for the plan for a rear fog. So ignore that one. But the green connector up top that I have unplugged is what actually goes to the reverse light bulbs. And the problem I've had before was right here, where you can see where I spliced it. The wires had actually sheared apart. I don't know if it's from cold weather or from the angle, because these get clipped back behind here, and with the trunk all the way up, and puts a little bit of tension on them. I think mine may have split from cold weather when I opened the trunk. So I'm going to go ahead and dig that apart, and I'll show you what I find. All right, so I've cut open the wire harness that I've done before. The blue butt splices is where I had to repair wires in the past. Learn from my mistake, use a soldering iron and just put a little bit extra wire in there, because this one came off of this one, so I got to redo this. But as you can see right here on that wire, I don't know if you can see it, but right here where you see the copper, that is actually the factory insulation splitting off of the wire. So eventually what happens is, from opening and closing the trunk so much, tension's right here, eventually it just snaps the wire. And luckily they're all brown, which makes it so much easier to put them all back together. When I first did this, you could tell by the way they cut and tear. You just had to match them up like puzzle pieces in order to fix it. Again, I had problems that I noticed. I had intermittent trunk light, and sometimes the trunk latch on the trunk itself would not work. The Volkswagen logo trunk latch opener would not work. Switch. So this is what you're going to look for. One thing real quick before I finish this up. Here's all the wire leads. I just went ahead and spliced about another, I don't know, inch and a quarter into every single one of them just to give it a little bit more length to take tension off. Here's what I ended up doing just so you can see what it looks like. And I'll take my heat shrink and cover up my joints, heat them up, cover it up. Here's what I did to get the wire out of it. I did run a piece of twine so I could easily fish it back down through the support. For now, I'm just going to finish this up, wrap this back up with electrical tape, make it look neat, bundle it back up, fish it back through, and plug it in, and I'll be back. Alright, here's what the wire routing looks like coming out of the support from the trunk lid. Goes back down. This is free. It goes into this hook top, and you have all your connectors. Let me show you one thing with the connector if you can see it. But to get the wire out, you can take a pick tool or a fingernail, get under this tab, and you actually push down or pull out away, and then it comes straight out like that. And here we are, all said and done. So there we go. As you can see, both of them are working, so everything seems to be working. Latch works, cargo light works, everything works great. Thanks for watching.